All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, episode 10. Okay, we had the sports festival last episode.
Yes,
the
indeed.
Culture Festival, the sports festival. And Kana tried really hard without using her dragon powers, and she did great. Kobayashi made the sacrifice at work in order to actually be able to be there.
Which was so good, so relatable.
It was wonderful. Lots of great times were had all around, including by the judges for Shota's treasure hunt.
Yes, the world-class objects that he was able to retrieve. Although he did not have to, spend a lot of time searching for them.
That's true.
As he nightly experiences the world-class nature of these objects firsthand.
Whether he desires so or not.
Which he is quite confused about.
Yeah.
And leads to a lot of hilariousness.
Indeed.
But then also we got a little bit of random skits with Elma just having to deal with choice.
Indeed.
Way too much choice. She's like, this is not harmonious. I require order, but also this too much level of choice leads to chaos. This is not a part of what I am. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
I love Christmas episodes.
Yes, hail Satan, Toru. Ooh. Nice. Oh.
Just make sure Lukoa isn't there. That might be a bit too much for those old folks.
I mean, like, they're already going to town on each other in old folks' homes anyway, so maybe the guys would just appreciate a little bit of an increase in libido, just being like, oh!
Now you're making me think of that Parks and Rec episode where they have to do the sex ed class for their retirement home. But what if the banana is soft and mushy and leans a bit to the left?
Oh my god. Wait, reliable friends. Oh no!
Totally fine.
Oh! 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 Oh, she can touch type now! Yeah, newsflash.
I love that smug look from Toru.
Ugh, this is beneath me.
Exactly.
I need to go back to my MMO guild.
Right.
Oh, I've seen that! Yeah! VR FPS!
Free for all.
A play? Yeah, I think that could work.
Oh, it's dark.
Okay. Fafnir's like, this is my kind of story. Whoa. Whoa, this is pretty heavy stuff here. That's some... Whoa. Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Because she died from being out in the cold.
Yep, and no one helped her.
No one helped her. No. Well, there's the grandmother angle, I think, that might be kind of relatable, but...
Well, of course. It's all the old people, and they're gonna die soon, so,
No half-baked act.
Wow.
He needs to go into, Gendo Akari mode here. There's probably a magical spotlight actually in the room. It's not
they probably just created it. Fafnir's like, I was made to direct this play.
Yeah, Toru is now actually, bringing out her own character, you know? Too real. Wow, wow, wow. Hard life. Next. Wow. Fafnir. You just scared her away. She could have been decent, actually.
Here's my allowance. Give me all the matches you have.
Yeah. But then the thing is, no one would ignore her. No one would ignore her. You
Well,
know?
that just makes it even more heartless when they do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't see her blind spots necessarily. Oh. Wait, wait, wait. Hangs up immediately! Bro, we're talking to
man.
old people. Of course it's not gonna match the current era.
That's very true.
Yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's covered in blood. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
But like, they're in an apartment. Like, how would you even get the chimney to work?
They just created this?
Yeah.
Amir. Oh my god. This is completely losing.
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's still called the little match girl.
Yeah,
oh no.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh no, okay. Here's the first deviation. Oh no, they're actually burning it in the... Of course, here's Fafnir. Yeah. Oh. Wait, wait. To commit vicious deeds? Wait. He doesn't think this. And then this is actual magic, like actual, like...
Yeah.
Aha! Oh my god. They like bobbed with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What is this drama?
Yeah.
Wait, they haven't even spent any time together. Yeah, it was only a few seconds.
And they don't use magic for that when they have all the other effects.
Oh my god. Oh, and then it continues.
Yeah.
Just watch out for sheer heart attack. And don't touch any doorknobs. Yeah. Of course, here comes Toru finally.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh no. The source of the corruption. Oh my god! Actual magic! Oh my god! And then is this a CGI thing? Wait, who you calling a geezer? They're loving it. Yeah. Oh.
And then having a xylophone coming in,
right.
just
The power of love.
That's
melting. Right. Well, people are like, oh, I almost had a heart attack, but that was beautiful. Oh. Yes. Yes. See, she's giving her the head pat. You know, she's like, I want recognition and stuff too. Hey! Ride me, Kana, please. Oh!
yeah.
Oh! Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? Oh no, is it tail meat? We just like no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Just let's censor that. That is just nasty. Oh. No. She doesn't have anyone, but she's got her
She's got her food.
Who's got her food, yeah. Yeah, her dumplings or what have you. No.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh man.
And she had it set up over her bed, so
Right,
it's
right.
like
The tripwire.
right.
This covered in blood madman that comes into
Oh man.
comes into houses through the chimneys. What a weird ritual, but I won't question
I will
things.
catch him.
Yes. I'm gonna make him into a pet. Okay, we got ourselves the Christmas episode. We
That's
got
right.
ourselves the play drama episode, and we got also kind of the collaboration. Everyone, all the characters that we've met so far comes together and works on a thing episode.
Hey, take all the ideas, put them in a bowl, and just mash them all together. Yeah.
Like, it's so good because we kind of know who all the characters are at this point. Maybe if anything, Elma is probably the weakest of them in terms of like specific things that she wants and needs and stuff.
Sure, because she was just introduced. Yeah.
Right. Or maybe Lukoa because hers is like one specific gag. Well,
Or
two of them.
Yeah.
But I loved how they used everyone here to great effect. It was, it was really fun.
It was wonderful. Even Fafnir's whole thing of the pathetic humans. Yes. You must become magical girls and wipe away the corruption from this world. And then of course, because it's a play, just use your magic for practical effects.
Why
there you
not?
go. Why not? Because you can. You know,
I mean, they can't use their senses properly anymore anyway.
Exactly.
So it's
they won't even remember this play. Like
it's just the one person that's like the young person that organized this event to happen at all. That's like,
I'm actually feeling heat from that fire.
How did you do that? Like,
but like is that CGI thing? You know,
who you calling a geezer? I said CGI.
Because it's like, it's like, they were probably born in the 20s,
Like, oh my god, I just had to get used to television like in my midlife, and now it's all in color, and not only that, I can see it here with no screen.
Oh, man.
Oh,
It really is. Things like this, though, do make me think, like, what is it gonna be like
when you're old, right?
when we're old? Like, because we can look at it and laugh and be like, they don't get CGI and all that stuff, but then at the same time, it's like, that's what we have now.
That's what
Like,
we have.
I know this has nothing to do with the show, the episode.
What
really,
what is AR going to be by the time it gets to be like 50 years from now?
Yeah, 50 years from now, what kind of a world are we going to be living in?
All I know is that I'm probably going to be that old guy that somehow dodged like a little bit of the kind of thing, and is just kind of low-key jogging and throwing the frisbee with like my partner.
You're like hunched over, but you're still like,
yeah. I mean, it only requires a little bit of resistance. Like, oh my god!
But the episode was really awesome. When it wanted really to be awesome. Like the whole thing with Kobayashi being like, should I step in and stop this?
Yes.
First off, and then like, oh no, that's right. I can trust them. They know what they're doing. This is great. Yeah. And what I love about this is that entire group of people, except for I guess maybe Shota.
Saikawa.
And Saikawa. Yeah.
They were mostly dragons. Yeah.
Right, exactly. They're all people that wouldn't normally be in this world.
Right.
And yet they were able to pretty much autonomously figure out this whole thing.
Yep.
And that's really cool.
It's really impressive, because it shows that not only the things that they've learned thus far about how to interact with humans, but because of the influence kind of rippling out towards each other, you get to see that they incorporated everyone's ideas. Yep. Everyone's ideas were valid and gave something new to the production.
Right. Even if they maybe have a long way to go before they do anything on Broadway, shall we say?
Of course, yeah.
It's still something where it's like they're contributing and all of that, and it's in something that works, even though it works in a weird way, and it only kind of works probably because it's for this old people home. It still works.
Well, I think this is the other thing that's really special about this. That's kind of nice is that if you think about all the dragons, they're all kind of outcasts, not entirely. Like, because Lukoa's situation might not be necessarily like that as much. Well, it kind of is, but it's different, But they all have some reason to be in the human world that is because they'd rather be here than dealing with the other things back there.
Yep.
Now, with an old person's home, basically, you have a situation where they would rather be with their families, with their loved ones.
Yeah.
But they kind of need to be here in order to take care of themselves in a better way. So they don't get a lot of visitors necessarily.
Right.
So any kind of people that are coming in with the intention to bring some added value, entertainment, or just energy into their lives, even if it's just Lukoa's boobs bouncing, they're like, oh, boing, boing.
Might, put a strain on their neck,
or a strain in their nether regions, just like, oh my god, like that's something that is valuable, and they're of course readily able to just take it in because, oh my god, yes, they care about us, and they're putting on this passionate display of their creativity,
right?
And I think that's really special, so that they're primed to receive it, and it's that idea of humanity. Will humanity be able to accept dragons? It's like, well, this is the perfect audience of humanity because they're ready to accept anything. Like,
right. Because in a lot of ways, there are a lot of like I don't know if any of y'all have like seen this happen, but when there's someone that's, really old, and because of that, they, say they aren't living with like, their family and things like that. So they cherish the interactions that they get with their family members when they get them, right?
Yes.
But sometimes, especially with the younger crowd, it can be something, and I hate to say this, but I've done this too at different points in my life where you don't fully like appreciate the fact that they want to connect with you, where it's sort of like, oh yeah, whatever, because you're young and stupid, right? And the idea that in some ways they kind of, even though there's reasons why they're in this home, right, and there's benefits that they get from it, being able to be taken care of properly and all that stuff, it also is something where they are kind of getting cast out. From their previous circles, right?
Yes.
So it's a cool parallel there of how they can kind of connect with these people.
Yeah. And it is the time of Christmas and stuff, so this is kind of like their gift, if you will. But what I like about it that's fun is that the absurdist humor that we get out of it is something that they look at it and go, oh, like, we've never seen something like this before. These people are really trying and putting in their best effort here.
Yep.
And how many times do you think they get kind of the maybe kind of half-assed effort where it's like, it's just a bunch of old people, you know, it's not going to be anything crazy. We're just going to do a little simple thing.
Even if...
And they're like, they obviously like it still, but there's this thought of, well... Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. That was nice.
Right.
And
whereas this was almost too much on the trying to give so much that they deviated completely from the little match girl, story.
But that's something that they are not necessarily caring about as much. They're caring about the investment and the passion being put into it rather than a cohesive narrative of the play itself, which I think is maybe something that you could even go a little bit meta with this and say, look at this show as a whole.
Sure.
Look at how much passion is being put into it. Look at how much wholesome energy is being thrown into this anime.
Even when sometimes it's for like the not the silliest of things, sometimes the silliest of things, but oftentimes things that otherwise could be seen as trivial.
Right. Right. There is not some grand cohesive narrative running throughout this anime. It is not a really complicated writing anime as far as storytelling goes.
Right, it's well done.
It's well done,
but it's just the lives of these people as they sort of grow to accept each other and figure out who they are and all that.
Right, but don't you think in somewhat of a weird way that's what kind of anime is in general?
Yes. Yeah.
Anime in general is just this smattering of crazy, creative, wacky, artistic display.
Yep.
Throughout tons of different kind of, not really genres, but tons of different flavors, if you will, thrown in there. And sometimes, you like one more than the other, but shouldn't we recognize and accept in some ways the effort, the actual effort put in, even if it doesn't come across with necessarily the best kind of style that you prefer or something? So, I don't know. I think maybe there was something there that wasn't necessarily intended, but something that we can get from that. Where I'm like, okay.
And I gotta say, the idea of them doing the little match girl, like, there was a part of me, I remember when I first watched this show, that I was actually really happy that they kind of did do something different, because I was like, that's going to be really sad,
really heavy.
If they end up having Kana go through the match girl story, and it's like, okay, yeah, and there it is, and then she dies. Which is the point of the story in the first place, right? Yeah. It's all part of that emotional, payoff and whatnot.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just happy payoff.
Right.
But it was like, okay, yeah, we brought up the idea that Kana could be the match girl, for the part in the play, and then we'll go
Kana's
somewhere
Bizarre
else.
Adventure, basically.
Yeah, have it be Kana's Bizarre Adventure rather than Kana's slow acceptance of death.
Maho Kana's Bizarre Adventure instead. Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh boy.
Different realities popping in and out, all that kind of stuff there.
And I gotta say, the end bit for the episode of Kobayashi trying to sneak in, because Kana's very excited to see Santa, Kobayashi's like, okay, floor creaks, hide. But then, of course, Kana is just
eternally awake
and waiting. All right, where is he?
Dragon's like, I have stamina that could last an eternity. You think I'm gonna fall asleep again? No.
It feels
Kobayashi's like, I can't even go to sleep here. Like,
right.
If she wakes up and sees me here, I have to explain that we've all lied to her.
like this is probably Kobayashi's best taste of how difficult it would be to sneak into a dragon's lair. Like, how terrifying it would be,
Near tremor sense,
You just make one coin start ting, 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 and then suddenly... But, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, this episode had its one kind of overarching main story thing that kind of it did, and I appreciate that. I love that it was a Christmas focused one there. I loved the little gags being thrown back and forth between Toru and Elma, but this was also a cool kind of differing, I would say, from a lot of the previous episodes where it is kind of a self-contained single story. In some ways the sports festival one was kind of that, and yet they still had to try and show a little bit of Elma doing their her own little skit thing. So I liked that this one wholly stuck to it and didn't have really any other gags. Although I wanted to bring up something. They kept showing back and forth the person that was laying out laundry or something like that outside the apartments. And I don't know if there was some kind of gag I was supposed to get from that.
I'm
But they
not
would kind of
sure.
do that as like scene transitions and stuff.
Yeah, like
It might have just been them being like, hey, we even go extra on the scene transitions. We have a little like continuity character that's going out there and laying out like blankets and stuff. And
yeah, it might just be the
beating
juxtaposition
carpets or something like that.
Right. It might be the juxtaposition of just something completely normal happening while all of this crazy stuff is going on.
Right.
If it were more specific, I would think that there would be some relevance or inference of what's happening.
Okay.
Where it's like, if I don't know, Toru like did something that really, bugged Kobayashi, and she just like, was like, no, stop it, and started like hitting her with a shoe or something, and then they cut to like, the hitting of the carpet or something, then maybe that would be something there, but I don't see how that would have done that here. But
okay.
Yeah.
But yes, really, really fun, wholesome episode. Went to a lot of funny places. I loved the inclusion of Fafnir.
Yes.
He definitely made the acting portion of this to be quite good.
And him not bowing, I didn't realize that the first time I watched the show.
I need to go and see that. Just the idea that he would never,
he would never bow to humans.
To inferior humans. So,
and the flight with Toru and Kobayashi was.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. So
I gotta see this though. Like, just
So they all bow and he doesn't.
Oh my God, he doesn't bow. That's so perfect. He's just like,
oh man,
what? I would never. Like, I am actually the dark, figure in this. I got to be what I am, and I am in character still. This is
why don't we do a VR FPS FFA?
The funny thing is that like, even though I don't really like I don't really get the angle he was going there, I love that I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yep.
Even though he went full like, okay, virtual reality, first person shooter, free for all match. Right. I'm like,
with a bunch of old people, or would they be the ones doing it and the old people would watch? Or
it's like, wait, when did this anime come out again? Like VR FPSs? Yeah, I guess VR was becoming pretty big around that point too. So okay, yeah, all right. But great stuff. Everyone got to have their little bit was incorporated, Indeed. And it led to a great result. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep. I mean, Battle Lines. Y'all know about it. Sci-fi novel. I wrote it. It's awesome. It's on Amazon. Link in the description. Go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.